Hello and welcome to this 3 versus 3 match for Halo Wars 2, where we have a Scarab that's going to be running for its life at some point in the game, and there's going to be a great story behind that. And this story just starts off with me starting off as Decimus. We have our teammate on the right hand side, Yellow, starting off as Colony. We have a UNSC player, and then we are going up against the Covenant Triple Forge. That's right, dark blue, light blue, green, all going forge, and this can be incredibly problematic for us because they're going to have Kodiak Siege, they're going to have combat salvage, they're going to have forge hogs, and they're going to have a better rolling economy than myself. So the first goal here is, as always, try to get the resources if possible. I'm going to sacrifice my grunt. Oh no, turns out we're going to send a chopper over so we can go ahead and try and get as much power from this as possible, because we do not want Forge to go ahead and take any more additional resources with the boost that they're going to be getting from the rolling economy. So our grunt is going to be fighting it off, and we're going to have our second grunt go ahead and attack that left hand side to see if we can challenge the Marine, where our chopper will go ahead and try and help assist, and if our grunt is still alive, we can get double the resources. It does look like red is coming in to assist, and unfortunately our grunt is going to end up passing away here. Yep, there he goes, but our chopper is here. We can go ahead and get a ram in. That's going to do a lot of work, and we can still get the rest of the resources that are here. Now, I did see that red decided to go ahead and have grenade upgraded, so instead of me trying to grab those resources, you know what? Red decided to show up with their own Marines. They had grenades. They were ready to take those resources, so you know what? They deserve it. I can absolutely be a team player there. Now, this build is something that I have been practicing in general. It is a supply first opener with a generator second, where we upgrade that harvester and then we upgrade that generator as soon as we get enough power, but we make a chopper right away so we can get that scout game going. Scouting is so important. It is something that can take your skills to the next level. It is something that you should be doing. And we're already finding out plethora of information. So first off, dark blue is showing barracks. Now, that's a little bit problematic for me because of the fact that I don't have a response to that, as well as the forge hog. But the goal here is just make a couple choppers, and ooh, look at that spicy take right there with a sniper coming out. This chopper is going to go ahead and alleviate this poor sniper, and 135 power and 75 supply goes down the drain. So we're able to go ahead and kind of take a little bit of a big advantage here. So resources weren't able to be grabbed by our opponent so far, and we were able to go ahead and kill a sniper with the chopper that we have. We're going to continue chopper production. We see that dark blue is getting an expansion on the middle part of the lane. I do have my second base, so the economy is kicking quite well for me. I do think I do need to start preparing for counter defenses based off what's going on here. Vortex Lightning is going to come down, and it's actually going to hit a good plethora group of Marines, and that's going to do a lot of damage. So great value right there from the Vortex Lightning. And I need to start double producing choppers as soon as possible, get that supply game going, because once that expansion base is gone, I'm going to be in trouble. So we're going to need to try and defend this when that time comes. But for now, our teammate Yellow is doing an excellent job getting nodes on their side. Red's working on nodes themselves. And I'm getting myself a better chopper army. So Red does decide to make this base carry on through, which is going to go ahead and distract the enemy for a bit. And if you really think about it, because of that expansion, dark blue ended up expanding over the middle, which means light blue is going to have to go ahead and expand where red's base used to be at. So we do have choppers getting ready to try and defend this position, but we immediately see a forge hog. So we need to start retreating. We're still pumping out additional choppers so we can try and get a ram in. But for now, we got to just retreat with what we got. We don't have enough to go ahead and deal with this forge hog currently. But if it's just a forge hog alone, we can stagger our rams and see what we can do. So there's one ram. Can we get the other? There's another ram. That's 2, 3. White move comes down, but we can still get another ram in. 4. Here's our additional chopper. If we can get this chopper in for the Rams, it's going to look very good for us. 5. So now we just got to go ahead and just chase this Warthog, and it will be eliminated. So the fact that light blue didn't come in to help assist this push, and now we have a colony waiting right there. So that's actually going to be icing on the cake. Let's pull back our choppers. We don't get the damage. And now we have just taken out a hero by green. And that's a commitment right there. So our economy is looking very good. Dark blue is looking to do something on their side. I'm going to go ahead and retreat my choppers. Maybe we can coordinate an attack here with the colony. We just have to time everything well. Because dark blue does have snipers. Remember, we scouted this in regards to the hero and the barracks. So can we land this attack? This is going to be very interesting. It's got to be well coordinated here. We are ready for the pincer. So colonies coming in from the right hand side, targeting the Warthog. That's the correct choice. The Rams are now going to come in, and we're going to stagger all 7 Rams, and that's going to allow us to kill the Warthog. Now I can focus down on the snipers, and the rest is going to be history. So not only do we have, a scatter bomb comes down and a couple choppers were eliminated, but we're still going to go ahead and clear this out, which is going to look very, very good for us. So dark blue's army has been reset. We can now push mid if we want to, and we can start transitioning over to the next phase. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, Decimus, let's do mass air. Well, I think that only calls for certain occasions, especially since we're going against double forge, well, triple forge. They can go ahead and pressure pretty easily if they want to with their fast moving vehicles. So for now, we're going to focus on the expansion base that's coming up by dark blue. We're not really going to be able to do much, but we're just going to keep the pressure going for now. And there's those Warthogs that I was talking about. So green is showing that they're going to Warthogs. We will start making some air, but we're going to have a mixed comp in general. We know that they're very vehicle heavy, so we want to be able to go ahead and deal with that. Great Hunter brand comes in. Colony's doing what Colony does best, which is just eliminate some units. They're focusing down on the Nightingale. I do have a chopper that can still assist. A Vortex Lightning is going to come down, and this is going to help us kind of do damage to the Warthog. It's kind of crazy to me. Mines went down, did so much damage to our colony, and the Vortex Lightning on the Forge, they must have had heavy metal because that did not really work as well as planned. So colony has been taken out as well, and there goes any more presence set up in the map. This does mean that we have to go ahead and start getting ourselves ready for the next phase. It does seem a little bit unfortunate that this transition was not as smooth. We don't have great unit production. We're trying to produce more units as we can. We're going to have a Banshee that's going to go ahead and scout, see what's going on. But our plan here in general is get some Shrouds, get some Engineers, and you got to get some Hunters up to go ahead and deal with the vehicles that are going to be coming our way. So Sensor Tower is going to go up to help us get vision of the high ground in case they take the teleporter. There is no signs of an attack currently, and so we're just going to go ahead and scout. We're going to put pressure on the mini base as well, put that Banshee on hold position, I am presuming. And now we're going to start producing these Hunters. We're going to get our upgrade right away because we got the Tech 3, fortunately. We are floating so much supply, I wish we could do something about that right away, but we're just going to work with what we got. Cloaking Gen's going to come up, and then we're going to make a shield generator. Now, I do think we could wait just a little bit just to have the extra turret defense, but it is what it is. So yellow's going to go ahead and scout that green has an expansion base. This is going to be a little bit problematic. I did receive supply, and look at green's base. It's nothing but pure supply pads. So that could be a telltale sign that they are trying to go something that is incredibly supply heavy, which kind of puts my alarm up for vultures. Now, this Forge, no idea what he's trying to do here. I think he realized he did something wrong and just decided it to be sacked. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and make a Forge. We're going to need some Reavers to go ahead and deal with the Nightingales. You know they're going to have heals. So the plan is try to do continuous pressure here. But it does look like there is some siege set up somewhere. We don't really know where yet at the moment. But if we can at least get our Shroud up with the Y move, then we can start getting ourselves, there we go, some damage with our Hunters on Garrison Marines. It's not something that you see too lately. It is going to take a really long time because Hunters are not good at that, but we're working our way through just nicely. And we're going to start getting our blisterbacks set up too. But now we're starting to see multiple siege shots coming in. And Dark Blue has shown what they're trying to do, which is nothing but mass air. So that's going to go ahead and make me trigger myself to start making air myself. But we still want to try and keep these hunters upgraded and alive so we can at least do some pressure to deal with the Wolverines that could possibly show up along the way. Now we do have our hunter that's going to go ahead and see if we can get on that garrison. Unfortunately, the garrison was already taken. There's not much we can do about it. And we're going to see what we can get with this push. I don't think it's going to be that great. Look, they already have grizzlies. They got siege. We got to go ahead and fall back. We do have the damage reduction, but this isn't going to be much of a good push. So we absolutely need to fall back. If Dark Blue shows up with air, we're going to be in trouble. But meanwhile, on the right hand side, there is a very good push that is happening between yellow and a little bit of red support. So our red is forge itself too, so we technically have 4 forges this game, but we're not really going to see much of an assistance in regards to the normal way you would expect a player to do it. It's a pretty interesting take on what they're doing, so we're going to continue to try to be the heavy hitters of our team. It does look like Light Blue is going to sack the rest of that army there because they don't really need it. They need that pop to build something stronger. And so we're going to go ahead and take the teleporter and see if we can go ahead and assist this colony. I think we have an excellent opportunity here. We do have the units that can go ahead and fight this. And there we go. We're in the teleporter. We can start working on the high ground here. And our hunters have just got contact with their forge. That's going to be absolutely great. Now, if we can send some additional reinforcements to that part, it's actually going to be really nice. We have a hunter colony living barrier up, and that's really going to prevent units from coming our way on that side. It actually protects us from the teleporter quite well. Very good strategy done by Apple Pie. Now, green and dark blue are going to go ahead and try and pressure that base, and because of that, that's going to give me time to go ahead and just set up my blitzer back and try to do some work here. Now, if we can get a very good glassing beam, oh my god. Okay, that glassing beam is really sick. It has taken out so... Man, it just reset. That's a reset right there. And we have ourselves garrison at the top. Now we just got to make sure light blue doesn't come and push our base. If so, we got to figure out how we're going to go ahead and deal with that. But as you can see, look, green can't get to us. And we have units that are already here to protect us. We have shrouds to also stop the Wolverines from doing anything as well. I think we're in a very good spot, and the blitzerbacks are coming in, and now we're going to get the Kodiak support drop as well. So green's base is going to be not in a very good position. We don't have much anti-air, but that's why we're making some Banshees now to try to fight dark blue's air in case they show up on my army. But for now, the Forchog is going to go ahead and go down. We do have some Banshees with the plasma torpedo, and that's all gone now. So now we just gotta survive this scatter bomb. We gotta Y move for damage reduction, and we're just gonna keep this damage up. It's looking really good. If we're able to break light green's base on this side, that's going to go ahead and really help open up that lane. But I need to immediately start falling back because light blue, yeah, it was only a matter of time for light blue to recognize what was going on here. But a great living barrier comes in to help stall on that side of the map, which is going to be very good. We can keep double producing hunters. We can get our blitzer back set up on top side of our base and just keep our other units right here, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Now, there is a combat salvage being popped, so all these units that are being killed, they're going to go ahead and come right back. But this Vortex Lightning is going to help reduce the defense. We got blisterbacks doing some great damage in general, and we're still producing hunters. We're still producing a lot of Banshees. Definitely would love to see advanced logistics here. But all in all, this is going to be a pretty good hold. They don't have vision for our base because it's cloaked currently, and our blisterbacks are doing magnificent work. Our shrouds are also help reducing some of the damage that's coming in. And so I think this is going to be a pretty decent hold. His Kodiaks, one of them is not even set up. I can relate to that. Those Kodiaks can be such a pain. Great Hunter Brand comes in as well to help wipe out the rest of the army there. And now we're going to make our hero. And we're going to start transitioning over to late game here. But with light green being on one base and they're trying to divert all this attention towards my base and they're not able to go ahead and do it. Not only that, we're going to be able to actually push this back. They're at a very huge deficit now. Like light green's on one base, we all still have two bases. And if we can keep light green on one base, things are going to look very good for us. But we are going against Forge. There is rolling economy. And so that is something we're going to have to be taking into account here. Now, we are going to try a counter push. We do know that, look at that, 3 sieges so far with 2 siege turrets. Nothing really is going to be done here, but the colony is just going to come in and just do some work. As much work as it can, but it's not really looking too hot. So colony goes on the garrison. We're going to see what type of work we can do here. We have some reinforcements surrounding him with the air, but we're probably going to end up falling back. And the colony agrees as well. I just don't think that's going to be a very poppable base at the moment. But we do have 2 level 1 blisterbacks. Love to see it. Get the extra damage and the damage reduction. That's really important. And I think our teammates are going to need to focus on this right-hand side. So red, you know, I said he wasn't really assisting us in a different way, and that's because he decided to go tech 3, get some vultures, rely on drops like what we're seeing here. And because of the fact that we held off light blue on that left-hand side, it's going to take time for them to rebuild. We still have a pretty decent army. We can set up our blisterbacks, and then we can go ahead and just continue to pressure green's base to see if we can take it out or strip it. That's the weakest lane, and we do have colony protecting me on that left-hand side in case light blue does show up. So I think we have what we need to go ahead and see if we can finish the job here. We have a vortex lightning as well. I think our best bet is to strip the base, and unfortunately our blisterbacks got taken out by green from the back. It was a level 2 blisterback and it was gone. I'm a little bit sad about that. I didn't notice that until watching this replay, but we're going to get our vengeance. We're working on the Forgehog now, and the Forgehog will be taken out. But there is a lot of air that we're going to have to still need to focus on, and we're just now swallowing all the leader abilities. So we're going to put our hero down. Are we going to put the Decimus drop? Okay, good. Vortex is going to come down and try to keep doing more damage on the Hornets. And now we're seeing light blue kind of shift on over to our side, to green's side. So that's kind of telling a story here that, alright, if light blue's army's over here, can we do some damage elsewhere? But we at least stripped out green's base really well. And we're going to put down a cleansing beam. Will it be good? Okay, it's doing good damage. It's not as good as the one previously. That's unfortunate. Great movement with the Hornets there. All I can do is focus down on the Forgehog and take out its shields, but that was a little bit underwhelming. And then we have our Decimus, who looks like he's going to be taken out, honestly. But we do have a Vet 2 Reaver that maybe could do something here. Okay, let's go for it. Decimus drop. It did some damage. I mean, all of light blue's army is there. It's not really going to do much. We're going to need to retreat. We do have an army that can still... We're at max pop. Okay, so this is not really too bad at all. We got rid of light green's expansion base and we stripped it all the way to the ground. So if they decide to go ahead and take the teleporter, we're going to go ahead and be prepared for it. But if we take a look at that comp, ladies and gentlemen, we're seeing vultures now being shown up by light blue. That scares the heck out of me because that's going to be really hard to take out. But the teleporter is being used by light blue. Hunter Brand is being swallowed there. And we got to set up our blisterbacks. Green's going to try... Yellow's going to try to hit light blue on the top left-hand side. And so we just got to stall. We just got to kill units. Colony is here as well. And if they choose to move up, that will be fine. It does look like this is going... They have so much strong ground units. Our hero unit ended up dying. Rest in peace. But now, the piece of resistance. What has started this whole journey of this 1 HP Scarab, where we finally get to see what has happened. This Scarab is coming in to do some work. So Colony's coming in with a push. We're pushing pretty hard ourselves as well. Colony's going to reinforce his army. We do have some air. Like, we're trying to get rid of everything that's in the sky for him. But it is a little bit problematic, and combat salvage was popped, so these units are going to be coming right back by light blue. Meanwhile, there's still a battle going on with red and dark blue on the opposite side of the map. But with Colony and with the bunch of hunters that we have, I think we're going to be able to hold this just well until that reinforcements ends up coming in by both dark blue and light blue. But we're holding, we're trying to do some work. We got ourselves a Vortex Lightning as well. We're going to go ahead and pop that, and it's going to at least reduce the defense for these units that we can try and get rid of. And our goal right now, let's just kill units. Let's just keep killing units. We have Siphon coming in as well. We have the Scarab in our back line. The Hunter Colony is trying to tank as much as we can. We have our hero unit that's here as well. Scatter Bomb comes down. It is not looking too hot. There's way too many units, and now our Scarab is completely surrounded. So we need to start falling back. This is not going to be a good position to be in, but we still have a little trick up our sleeves. If the Colony can go in its garrison, keep the Scarab alive in the backhand side. We do have its Y move to be able to take as much damage as can, but he's teleported out. We need to retreat, and that's exactly what we're going to end up doing. We are going to need some engineers to go ahead and repair the Scarab, but as you can see, the Scarab has gone through a lot of action, but it's still alive. And now we're going to go for our repairs, and Red is doing his best to put as much pressure as he can on that side while we bring in the distraction from light blue and dark blue. So let's take a step back here for the big picture. My role has now changed. I need to try and find a way to continue to pressure for light blue, so light blue never has the opportunity to go ahead and assist the right hand side. If you look at the mini-map, our army is starting to shift on over to the right hand side in regards to our teammate for yellow to assist with the push against green. Now, if I'm able to pull the double team, then that's absolutely advantageous towards us. But if it doesn't, that's still okay. We want to just make sure that light blue stays here and stays committed towards my push. So I have to trust my teammates that they can get the job done on that right hand side, and we're just going to try and do our best with it. So we do have cleansing beams. We have our arsenal to go ahead and make moves here, and we're actually going to go ahead and see a drop come in from the Grizzlies. It's such a shame. I would love to have supported it, but I'm literally mid cleansing beam trying to get rid of as much Nightingales as possible. So unfortunately, these tanks, they got slaughtered really fast. One of them is still alive, which is good, but the plan is still the same. Just kill units, pull units in, keep the units in a decent position, try to keep our army alive, use the Blisterback as support in the back, and just continue to put unrelenting pressure. If you look at the mini-map, the attack is now happening on the right-hand side between yellow and red. So now, I just need to kill units. I need to keep light blue here. And we're doing an excellent job with that so far, but our front line is dropping. We're losing a bunch of units, so now it's going to be just the Scarab soon. We do have Y move for damage reduction, and there it goes. The Covenant Vet 1 Scarab. It's ready to do work. It has a damage reduction. It's doing more damage. But I'm noticing that these tanks are a little bit hard to get rid of right now. So I do have Siphon. I popped it, and we're going to go ahead and use a Vortex to target down the Forge Hog because that's where the extra defense was coming from. So we finally got it, but now look, we're running into a problem here. Our Scarab is in the front lines. We had nothing backing it up. Scatter Bomb's gonna come down. Everything's hurting. This Scarab is taking all the damage. It's going to try and run away. We got engineers healing it. We have our hero that's just going to try to just take the damage with an excellent Y move. That Y move provided the stun, so then the Scarab can go ahead and retreat. That Scarab was supposed to die, my friends. It was supposed to die, and it did not. They're chasing it. We just got to get it in the cloaking beam. We have our Decimus drop. And shoot, we're going to use it. We got to do everything we can to just keep it away. And now we're healing. Decimus drop did its job. Scatter Bomb's going down at the wrong location. And we have a Scarab that can go ahead and continue to do this work. Meanwhile, yellow did an excellent job keeping green on one base once again. And we can start working on this counter push. I mean, we got rid of a lot of units. So our Scarab is hurting. We definitely got to prioritize the heal, and our teammates gave us a heal, and this is what I'm talking about. Red It may not seem like red was doing much, but red has done so much this game and was always aware of what was going on in the game. And because of that, it seems like red was doing nothing, but red was attacking the areas where they knew that they could. And yellow's doing an excellent job continuing that push on that right-hand side. So our Scarab is healing nicely. We have 2 heroes up. We have a bunch of Shrouds. We have Engineers, a couple Banshees, and we do have Reaver to go ahead and deal with the Nightingales, because that was our biggest problem. The heals were just too crazy. So we're going to try and bring our army in now and see what we can do. It does look like we're going to lose one of our heroes, which is fine. It's a little bit unfortunate. Oh, excuse me. Wow. He still lived. Okay. Oh, he's still alive. Oh, that's pretty sick. We'll see how long that lasts for. There we go. He was taken out now. But our Scarab, it's just looking so good. We just keep him in the back. And just like that, light blue ends up disconnecting. There's too much pressure happening on this right-hand side, right? Green has finally been broken. Great assistance by the Kodiak Siege by red. And even was able to drop some on my side as well. And this game is going to end up coming to a close. So the clutch Scarab escape was so important because light blue could have just kept on steamrolling me if that Scarab went down. I didn't have much. It was just some Banshees and Shrouds. But that Y move by my hero, making the ultimate sacrifice Decimus likes to do, was a big game changer on that lane. So I can make sure light blue didn't go back to assist their teammates to keep green alive. So all in all, I hope this was a magnificent game that you enjoyed. And until the next video, that's right, the next one, there's more.